Hello, my name is Kia, and I am come to you today to talk about relationships and the relationship wisdom that I have. I am here on YouTube just to express myself. I don't talk or make videos much, but when I do, I'm told that I have some really great advice. So I want to try my hand at expressing it through audio. Um, I don't have a good camera, so I don't won't be doing much videos until I can upgrade my phone camera. So until then, I will post some just pictures from the videos. Again, my name is Kia. And I guess I could call myself a relationship guru. I'm a bit older. I'm over 40. So I have some advice now to give others. And I also count myself a bit of a counselor, meaning I sit and observe and listen a lot. And that affords me to see different patterns that happen in life over and over and over, and the reasons, different reasons those patterns happen. So I think my advice is relevant. My advice comes from not only experience, but seeing the patterns over many years in the past and present. I like to tell people life didn't start with you, and it's not going to end with you. So you might as well learn from older people and older situations. I am a woman, and I mostly speak to women, but I also have advice for men as well. So whoever my advice applies to, please take it and use it however you can in your life. All advice does not apply to everybody's life, but if you can take some little nuggets or pieces from what I'm saying and put it into your situation and make your life better, why not? Um, my goal is to my goal is to encourage people to love themselves, encourage people to understand that God loves them, their life's important, your experiences are important, and just to love yourself regardless of the situation you're in, regardless of the circumstances. Find good out of it. Find some good in it so that you can love yourself while you're here on this earth. This is a tough place. This life is tough. We go through a lot of situations, a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, and the only way we get through it is to find joy and happiness. So I'm here to give you raw relationship advice in this series of relationship wisdom, but I'm also here is to tell you that God loves you. God, the creator of all things, whoever, whatever you want to call it, even if you don't believe in God, it don't really matter, because somebody created you, and somebody loves you, and so you need to know that in order to survive, in order to live. The person, the entity, whatever, whomever that created you, loves you and wants you here and needs you here, and we all need each other, and we all learn and grow from each other. So stay positive, stay encouraged, don't hate yourself, and don't hate others. All right, so let me get started a little. Like I said, I'm new to this, so bear with me. But first, I want to shout out my books. I have written a few books that are on sale on Amazon. The first one is The Art of Femininity. and it's book 1 and book 2, and it's by Kia Sprinkle. And I also have a lot of positive affirmation type books on Amazon, and they are by, hold on one second, I forget. They are by Sun Book Press for people who just need encouragement and need words of inspiration and wisdom. Go on Sun Book Press and you can find a lot of different motivational quote books that you can use in your everyday life. All right, so let's start the first topic today. And I'll call this my relationship wisdom series. And this topic is for people getting in dating situations or trying to date seriously to look for a spouse, a husband or a wife. A very important thing to do when you're getting into dating and relationships to look for a spouse is to ask real questions. I'll say it again, ask real questions. What is a real question? What's your favorite color? That's not a real question. What favorite food do you like? That's not a real question. Do you like to play tennis? That's not a real question. What I mean by that's not a real question is that's not going to matter when it comes down to relationships. Asking somebody their favorite food and favorite color and favorite TV show and favorite, I don't know, movie. Those are fun questions, but they're not real questions to get down to the real nitty gritty of a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with or create a family with or have a substantial relationship with. A real question, a real question is a question that has to do with someone's upbringing. I'll say that again. A real question is a question that has something to do with somebody's upbringing / childhood. Why? Because a childhood for every person on this planet are their formative years. And regardless of what people say or how people act, they were raised somehow before you met them. They have been raised in some way, and however they were raised is going to affect their life. It will affect their life for the rest of their years. 0 to 18, and maybe a little bit older, depending, are formative years. They cannot be canceled out. They cannot be dismissed. You cannot say, well, it doesn't matter what they went through. It doesn't matter who they are. They're going to be somebody different. It doesn't matter what you want, and it doesn't matter what the person wants. However they were raised will affect who they are, whether they like it or not, and whether you like it or not. So a real question would be, what is your relationship with your mother? What is your relationship with your father? And from those answers, you can sort of get to feel of a person. First of all, if they had a mother or father, you can tell by the tone of how they talk, of if they hated them or if there was a good or bad relationship or different things they went through with their mother or father. You can tell if they're short about it or if they are drawn out about it, about really how the relationship was with their parents. Because that's important. Knowing if they were raised by their mother or father, if they're raised by somebody else, and what type of situation, tense or loving or whatever the situation was, you can tell that if you ask that question. Another real question is, where were you raised? What city were you raised in? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people assume they do, but they don't. Because a city has a culture too. The culture of different cities are different. So knowing where a person was raised will sort of give you insight into how and why they act the way they act, just like knowing what kind of family they were raised in, and their mother and father dynamic will let you know how and why they act. Asking a person if they have any traumatic experiences in childhood will give you a good understanding of why they're acting this way or why they're acting that way. Um, Asking a person let me see. What are some other good questions? Um, Let me think of some other ones to give you a little later. But you don't come out and ask these questions right off the top, like you're an interviewer and you're interviewing them and like, what's the answer to this? What's the answer to that? What's it? Because don't nobody want to be interrogated, right? Nobody wants to be just interviewed. I don't even know you. Why would I tell you all my big personal family business? So you don't interrogate somebody with these questions. You ask these questions over a conversation period or over a period of time, because it takes time and a level of comfortability for somebody to tell you about their childhood. Because believe it or not, upbringing and childhood questions are very sensitive questions, the most sensitive questions for most people, because it is giving you an insight into who they are. And everybody's not comfortable with who they are. And everybody's not going to tell you their most personal business, definitely not in one date setting or sitting. It's going to take a while for somebody to be comfortable enough to give you that information that you need to see if this is a compatible relationship. What is your religion? What religion did you grow up in? And then you ask them, what religion are you now? You just some questions are easier than others to ask, so you have to be careful and considerate when asking these real relationship questions, as to try not to offend, or try to not to have the person you're dating put up their guard. You want people to let their guard down with you, because only someone who's with their guard let down will answer questions about their childhood, rearing, and relationships and situations, and maybe experiences that they've dealt with, and maybe they can open up and tell you about some things. So these type of questions let you know if you want to be with someone. These are real questions, and these are the type of questions that you need to ask in the process of dating, in the time period of, 2 or 3 or 6 months to a year of dating somebody and considering them for a serious relationship. Do not fail to ask real questions about someone's upbringing and childhood and experiences. Do not fail these questions, because everything else is superficial. Everything else is shallow, and it means nothing about how somebody will actually be in a relationship. Okay, I think that's good for my first video. I will come back again, and we'll talk about some more relationship wisdom. Again, my name is Kia. Thank you for listening. Please go to Amazon and check out my books, The Sunbook Press and Kia Sprinkle, and enjoy. Talk to you again soon. Love you. Bye.